Sesaat lagi Anda akan menyaksikan Leaders Corner with Frida Lidwina in association with.
Halo, selamat berjumpa kembali di Leaders Corner. Saya Frida Lidwina. Indosat kembali mencatatkan kinerja keuangan dan operasional yang solid dengan pertumbuhan 2 digit yang kuat. Pada kuartal pertama 2023, total pendapatan Indosat tumbuh 9,9% year on year menjadi 11.945 miliar rupiah. Ini suatu pencapaian yang luar biasa, namun tentu saja tidaklah mudah. Apa saja strategi dari Indosat untuk mencapai semua targetnya dan apa yang bisa dilakukan oleh Indosat untuk mempertahankan capaian-capaiannya. Kita akan membahasnya bersama dengan Presiden Director and CEO Indosat, Vikram Sinha. Hi Vikram, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you again. We talked previously years before, yeah?
Yes, more than 4 years.
More than 4 years ago.
2019.
Yeah, I remember you just started with Indosat at that time.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Indosat achieved 100% progress in its network integration with multi-operator core network technology, or MOCN, which was carried out in over 46,000 sites across Indonesia. What steps did Indosat take to achieve such rapid progress, and could you please elaborate on this achievement, Vikram?
This is one question, I keep getting with a lot of people. Let me take you a step back. When this merger was happening, from Indosat Ooredoo, when we were becoming Indosat Ooredoo Hutchison, I had a first big analyst call. More than 200 analysts from all over the world were there. And they were talking about what excited them was the synergy value, that okay, this two asset is complementary, it will have a synergy value of $300 to $400 million. But they had two concerns. One, they were telling, oh, your integration cost in first 12-18 months, one time, will be very high. Value will come later. But the bigger concern was how many customers you will lose, because from their past history, they had seen that the integration takes too long, and during that period, customer have a lot of complaint. So my biggest learning was, the cause. And I keep saying this, and first time I'm talking to somebody external, and I keep talking about it with my employee. The cause for us was single-minded focus on how do we ensure hold and grow customer experience. This was the whole objective. And with this objective, we got our shareholder on board on our approach. We got our partner on board, and the end result is what was supposed to happen in 2 years, we did it in 1 year. Believe you me, till the time we announced it, nobody was ready to acknowledge that something like this, and you rightly said it was close to 46,000 physical BTS,
Yes.
can be done in 12 months. And the biggest learning is when you work for a cause, bigger cause, and for that cause, when your entire organization and your partners are aligned, then magic happen. And this MOCN completion in 12 months is a testimony of that.
Yes. And before all that could happen, you need to convince everyone, your shareholders, your partners. How did you do that, Vikram?
I think you are right. So what I need to convince is a bit of unconventional way, out of box thinking. So because I was first person to be convinced was me, and then I got my direct reportee, 13 of them, and then we got 100 of us, my top 100 leader, very clear and convinced. Once you have that conviction, and then we spoke to our shareholder, they were very supportive, because the principle with which I was working with them was on maximize how we can make 1 + 1 = 11, how we can put more focus on experience over cost. These are principles, but sometimes it's not easy to get them on board. But we are very lucky and blessed to have strong shareholder like Ooredoo Group, CK Hutchison, and also government. Indonesia government continue to be a strong shareholder and supportive shareholder of us. We got them on board on the right cause, and what they supported was the cause, and that is how we were able to do it.
Okay. Cost absolutely was main concern. But besides that, what are their other concerns for this project?
So most of the integration fail because they are too obsessed on cost and synergy value. Yeah, I think a lot of merger around us on telco space taught us what not to do. For sure, you need to be cost focused and have a lot of discipline. It's a fair observation, but again, I'm repeating. Your organization, your partner organization flourish on growth mindset. So the cause which I keep talking about is to deliver a marvelous customer experience. Customer don't care, merger, no merger. As a customer, what you want is whatever experience you are getting, it only improve.
Great experience with cheap price,
I
especially
think
cheaper.
the new mantra for telcos are not cheap, value for money.
Value for money.
You know, I'll tell you, I'll spend a minute on this. Look, the ARPU in this market is what? 45,000 rupiah. Industry ARPU I'm talking about. A cup of Starbucks coffee is also 50,000. And you sip it in half an hour and it's over. But this 45,000 rupiah, you spend it for a period of month and you do a lot of productive work.
Yes.
You know, so data is helping you do a lot of productive work at a fraction of a cost. So nobody is looking for cheap.
At a cost of a cup
They are
of
looking
coffee.
for value for money, and data is not consumption. Our product, the core product is data, is not consumption, it is primary. Look at a Grab driver or a Gojek driver. If his data is over, his productivity is over. How does he work? Similarly, I can give you many examples. So the whole focus has moved to value for money, and COVID has been a silver lining. It has made policymakers also understand the important role which telecom sector plays.
With this in mind, Indosat also experienced significant growth on its customer base during the first quarter of this year, 2023. How does Indosat plan to ensure continuity and also quality of service for its customers? And furthermore, what is its strategy to, of course, reach more customers in the future?
I think you made a very good point. When we announced our result in first quarter, first time all the media and analysts were able to see a apple-to-apple comparison. Before that, you know, they were not able to understand number because it was not apple to apple. It was Indosat and merged number. But first quarter result gave them a clear comparison of how we are doing. After announcing the result, three things came out very clearly, you know, and I started getting a lot of calls. One, everyone was pleasantly surprised to see that on the first year of merger, we are driving close to double-digit growth on revenue. This has never happened in any other merger. Second, our EBITDA is growing 2x of revenue. Our EBITDA growth was 21%. Third, we spoke about it. First time they acknowledged it that we have completed the integration in 12 months because March end, not only Indosat, Ericsson, Huawei, Nokia also officially confirmed. So they were all pleasantly surprised that this can happen. With this, what came out very clearly that first time in the history of any merger, we added around 6 million customers in first year. You know, so I think it is bringing me back to our core principle of putting disproportionate focus on customer experience. I think that is the only way we would have been able to achieve. So with all these background, now we are in a very good position. You know, our network is much more bigger with a bigger scale. We are looking at not only addressing Java, we are looking at outside Java, and our bigger focus is on rural Indonesia. let me tell you that between now and 2027, there are 21 million new first-time internet users which are coming from rural Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
It's like a new Australia within
Yes.
rural Indonesia.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is the size of the opportunity. And we have the scale and size, and we are focusing on giving a good network where we are able to connect them, and not only connect and see how we can be a part of their life cycle.
Okay. So it's safe to say that the merger actually contributed to the growth of your customer base, right? And then the strategy for the future is, of course, acknowledging the new users coming into Indonesia, right?
Yes, I think significantly it has given us the scale. Now we have close to 100 million customers, and in telco business, scale matter.
Yes.
And with this enhanced scale, enhanced capability, enhanced ability to invest more on investing, it has given us that trajectory which was needed for us to support a lot of things which is there in Indonesia, especially on the opportunity side.
Alright. And now we will have to take a break. Pemirsa, tetaplah bersama kami Leaders Corner bersama dengan Presiden Director and CEO of Indosat, Vikram Sinha, akan kembali sesaat lagi. Terima kasih Anda masih di Leaders Corner bersama saya dan Presiden Director and CEO of Indosat, Vikram Sinha. Vikram, how many areas have Indosat managed to cover, both IM3 and also 3? And what is the quality and how has Indosat improved the quality?
So Frida, you asked a very good question, especially after Moken. What does Moken deliver for our customer? Let me give you some number. Especially for 3 brand, post-Moken, post-March, the 3 brand cover more than 45 million new population. This is the power of Moken, new coverage, especially at villages and desa level. For IM3, it is close to 10 million more. But for IM3, the indoor experience has gone up by 5%. So all these things are clear testimony that how this merger and Moken technology has helped our customer. There are some independent third-party result. I don't want to call the name, but it is all available. These are credible third-party result. But let me tell you the number. It says that the improvement on experience for both 3 and IM3 is significant, and especially for 3, it is incredible because not only they get 900 spectrum, they also get more physical site. So our customers are getting the full benefit of Moken.
Wow. And what is, you previously mentioned that you have received very good EBITDA in the past years. What is the secret to achieving a good EBITDA in the first 3 months?
As I said, our revenue grew by 10% and EBITDA double of that, 21%. I think I am personally more convinced that both can happen. You can work with a growth maximize mindset, and also you can work with experience over cost and deliver with lot of discipline a good EBITDA growth. So we still have a lot of opportunity, by the way. Our EBITDA percentage is around 44-45%. Integration is only 50% of the synergy benefit we have realized, and we have said that in 3-year time, now we are confident we can look at $400 million. With all these things, we are in a good position. We have a lot of good upside opportunity to improve on our current EBITDA level.
Has this very good EBITDA reflected in your company share price, for example?
I leave it up to you to check, but what I have been told by some of my friends and analysts, that the Indosat share is one of the top performing share. From the date of merger, It was in the range of 55,000. Now it is trading at the range of 85,000. So there's a close to 65 to 70% improvement. So which is good news for Indonesia. We want to hear more and more positive news coming out of Indonesia.
Okay. Indosat also recorded a significant growth in the utilization capital expenditure, or CapEx, as we know. Could you provide further details on the purposes of CapEx and what does Indosat's focus will be in Indonesia?
So one thing we all need to understand, that Indonesia, because of the whole demographics, because of Java, ex-Java, so many 17,000 islands, it's a very capex intensive market. So today our capex to revenue ratio is around 25%. Last year and this year we are investing around close to 850 to 900 million US dollar, which is around 12 to 13 trillion rupiah. Mainly our investment is growing on capacity, 50% and 50% coverage. We want to also make sure we do a lot of investment on fiberizing our site. We want to get ready for 5G also. But I also want to tell you, directionally, with so much of scale and synergy value coming because of integration, we believe that this capex to revenue ratio will improve. In 2 to 3 years' time, we are looking at capex to revenue ratio from a level of 25 to come to 20%. That is more sustainable. Yeah. So we are putting a lot of effort on making sure that we invest on growth, and at the same time we have a lot of financial discipline so that our growth is more sustainable.
When will you be able to achieve the 20% capex to revenue?
I think directionally maximum by 2025.
The target is 2025.
Yes. We believe that is the right place, and it will be more sustainable. And when you link it to revenue, then it is the right reflection. So we will not cut corner. We are investing on Nusantara now. We are putting up. We want to look at Kalimantan. We want to look at Papua. We want to make sure that people all across Indonesia at least have a strong number 2 option. Otherwise, it's not fair to our people. So there are pockets where they don't even have option, and we want to serve them. Indosat brand, people have a lot of expectation. So we want to bring a credible option to people, not only in Jakarta, top 10 cities. We want to do it at desa level.
Okay. You have been traveling across Indonesia for the past years. You've been in Indonesia. What do you see there? What were people's expectation towards Indosat?
I love meeting people, and I love traveling, and I've been in this country for more than 4 years, and what keeps me going is when I meet people, especially in rural Indonesia. They are so welcoming, Frida, I must say that, I find Jakarta as a very cosmo culture, but if you want to see real Indonesia, it is not Bali, it is not Jakarta. Go to rural Indonesia, go and see. People are very welcoming. They want to really do much more for you. They want to support you. They are very samangat. They are very positive. The other thing which I picked up is the power of brand Indosat. Indosat has a strong history. This was the first brand which connected Indonesia to the world 55 years before. So people expect a lot from Indosat brand. They love Indosat, and that put us a lot of obligation on me and my team. I feel honored and blessed that I'm part of this strong brand in Indonesia, and we get a lot of energy that how much they respect and love this brand, and we want to make sure we live up to their expectation.
All right, we will continue again after the break. Pemirsa, tetaplah di Leaders Corner, kami akan segera kembali sesaat lagi. Terima kasih Anda masih di Leaders Corner dan bersama saya Presiden Director and CEO Indosat, Vikram Sinha. Vikram, last year Indosat experienced a 30% decline in profit. However, in the first quarter of this year, Indosat managed to double its EBITDA revenue. And even the current year's profit increased significantly by 621%. What actions did Indosat take to achieve this profit growth from the 30% decline, of course?
Yes, Frida, I think 2-3 important things. One, what you see are more, reported number. But the underline is that we are moving upward in a very sustainable manner. But sometime when you have one-off transaction, like last year we had tower, then we had data center, these are one-off transaction. So the right way to look at it is to normalize all the one-off. One-off transaction is important, but those are one-off. Let me give you an example that, in a very sustainable manner, we are only improving our net profit. Having said that, I really liked the last analyst call one question. One analyst had picked it up. His question was that, Vikram, now within first year of merger, you guys are moving, you paid dividend in first year. We paid in fact close to 2 trillion rupiah first year dividend to our shareholder. Second year also we paid 2 trillion. In fact, last month only we had our annual general meeting. But the key thing here is, one, we are moving in a very sustainable manner. We don't want this yo-yo, it has to be very sustainable. Second, I think we are putting a right balance between growth and margin, so we continue to invest on growth. With all these things, we have a lot of upside opportunity. One of the other thing which the analyst world look at it is your return on capital employed. So today we are still at around 8-9%. And first milestone is to cross 12%, because the weighted average cost of capital is around 11-12%. So, for us to be sustainable and our shareholder to keep investing, this is the first milestone we want to cross, and then build on it and to get to 15%. Okay. But we have got into that trajectory in a very sustainable manner. That gives me a lot of confidence that our underline of the business is very strong, and we keep seeing sustainable growth month on month, quarter on quarter. And the other thing is the opportunity in Indonesia. There are very few countries in the world who still have so much of opportunity on core itself. So I spoke about rural Indonesia. I told you, if 21 million new customer is coming, we need to not only connect them, we have to empower them. That is our bigger vision. So that everything put together is giving us a lot of confidence.
So you believe that the pie in Indonesia is still so big that Indosat will be able to grow from it? Yes.
Let me put it this way. Across the world, what we have seen that telco is a scale business. If you don't get to a scale, you struggle. And this is what merger has done to us. It has got us to a scale. Now we are very humbled and proud to have close to 100 million customer. Our revenue is heading towards 50 trillion rupiah. Today our EBITDA margin is 44-45%. I told you we have a lot of room with all the synergy value coming to head towards 50%. And on top of it, there is so much of still opportunity left in Indonesia. And at least you need 2 strong players to do all these things, so that, the Indonesia bigger vision of being the digital powerhouse of Southeast Asia is supported properly. The digital infrastructure, the core connectivity, it is the role of telcos like us. So, we are in a very good place, and I keep repeating about it. It is all about being in the right place at right time. And we have a brand Indosat which has so much of connect with the people. So all these things put together has landed us into a very good place, and we just need to build from here.
All right, very good. But Vikram, what notable achievements has Indosat accomplished in the first quarter of 2023, aside from, of course, the EBITDA and so on?
So I spoke about number, we have first year of merger, double-digit revenue growth, EBITDA growing 2x, paying dividend. These are all unheard of in a first 2 year of merger. So, but if you put aside all those things, the biggest achievement which we have been able to do is to win the trust of our customer and also our partner. These are for me the two big achievements. Today our NPS and CSAT score, which is done by third party AC Nielsen, has only improved after merger. So for me, this is the most important achievement. Second, we want to be a company who want to make money with our partner, not from our partner. It's a very important mindset. And we work with partner first mindset. So we have been able to win the trust of our strategic partner. And we believe that, we have a larger purpose to empower every Indonesian, and we can't do it alone. I'm a very strong believer of gotong royong. The whole philosophy of gotong royong in Indonesia, especially in rural Indonesia, in desa, is very close to my heart. And we are practicing this by working with partner first mindset, bringing all like-minded partners to serve the bigger purpose. So these are some of the things which has been something very close to my heart.
Who actually you identify as your partners and your shareholders?
Shareholder is straightforward. In fact, we have 4 shareholders. We have Ooredoo Group from Doha. We have CK Hutchison from Hong Kong. These are very strong, reputed global names. Then we have Indonesia government. They still hold close to 10%, 9-10%. Then we have local shareholder, very strong local shareholder. So, we have very good mix of our shareholder, and they are very supportive. But in terms of partner, there's a difference between vendor and partner. I keep telling my team, we have more than 900 plus vendors.
Yes.
Because every year between OPEX and CAPEX, we spend around $2.5 billion US. But we have classified 66 of them as partner. So you have to have a different treatment, and that is how we did our annual Marvelous Partner Award, where we invited them, we recognized them, we rewarded them. But out of that 66, 20 got rewarded. But today, let me give you example of Moken. Moken would have not been possible without the support of Huawei, Ericsson and Nokia. All 3 of them got into the same room and with a single-minded focus of delivering marvelous experience to our customer, and that is how we have been able to achieve. So when you look at some of those things which have never been done before, and we are able to come closer to it, it is only because of our partner.
Okay, very, very notable. And the second quarter of 2023 is coming up, of course. And how will Indosat maintain this positive growth momentum in the upcoming quarters?
So you will have to wait for a month to get the result, because we will announce our result of quarter 2. But let me give you some color, because the underlying of the business, when you have trust of your customer, when you have trust of your partner, and also when you have a very engaged and empowered team. Today, whatever we are, it is because of our Indosat family, our team. It's not easy. People were very capo, which culture you will adapt, Hong Kong or Doha. We said, no, we will come up with Indonesia culture. This is Indosat, IOH culture. So we are in a good shape with all those things. I generally don't give forward-looking statement, but the underlying health of the business is looking very strong, and the opportunity in Indonesia is significant. So you will have to wait for our quarter 2 announcement, which will be within a month. Things are looking very up and good for us.
I cannot be too capo and pressure you with more question about the result. Yeah. Okay, we will have to take a break once more. Pemirsa, tetaplah bersama kami. Leaders Corner masih kembali sesaat lagi. Senang sekali Anda masih bersama kami di Leaders Corner. Kita akan lanjutkan kembali perbincangan dengan Vikram Sinha, President Director and CEO of Indosat. Vikram, any upcoming innovation or breakthrough to maintain the positive growth and performance of Indosat?
So, I always say this, we don't have to be an Einstein, you know. There's a lot of good things which are happening around us. So, we have two-leg strategy. One is to really focus on execution on core. You know, you saw in our result, we were able to grow close to double digit because of very high execution focus. We treat every site as factory, every BTS as factory. So now we are heading towards close to 50,000 physical BTS, and we want to make sure that, you know, we double down on ensuring that we monetize and we sweat our asset, which is every site equal to factory. This is the guiding principle for us. While we are doing that, we have created an alliance management office. I think last 10 days back, we launched a new project called Maranti. You know, it's a tree in Indonesia. Yes. Yeah. So this is all about working with partner on creating new adjacent revenue, new business. So we are getting ready for things like how do we ensure that the virtual private network, how do we ensure Industry 4.0 we are fully ready. What is needed on the IoT space to support, you know, not only big corporates, to support SME. So all these work streams are all coming under our project Maranti. And this we are doing it with the principle of Gotong Royong, with working with partner to make sure that we are able to serve the need of 275 million Indonesian. And we are inviting like-minded partners to come and join us. Partners like Google, partners like Tech Mahindra, Cisco, they are all coming together. And we are looking at not only top 100 corporates, our bigger focus is Kachil, small and medium enterprise. And we genuinely want to make sure that we help them do better. Because if they are doing better, Indonesia will do better. If Indonesia is do better, our business will obviously, you know, being ahead of the curve.
Maybe you can elaborate on how are you going to make them do business better, especially the UMKM, because obviously they are the strongest support for Indonesian economy these days.
Yes, I think we have created a marketplace, you know. I can give you a few examples. One is the marketplace where we are helping them, you know, because we are the connectivity provider to them. You know, if they have to come to the digital economy, the first interaction is to get connected. So today we have 64 million SMEs, correct? Out of that, only 30% is digital enabled. Yeah, this in 4 years' time will go up to 65%. And this is where we all have a role. I can't do it alone. I want to work with partners like Google, partners like Cisco, partners like Huawei, to ensure that we are helping them become digital enabled, and we also be a part of their journey. What was happening was we were being very transactional. We come in as connectivity and they forget us because we were not able to add value. So we are creating design product for them so that, you know, it can help them. This journey has already started, and we have seen some good results. And again, the key here is you can't do it alone. You need partner ecosystem to orchestrate and serve the need of UMCA. And once they make money, they will take care of you. But if you try to be only making money from them without solving their problem, it will not happen.
Okay. You previously also mentioned that you are trading BTS Factory. Can you also elaborate on that? Because as we know, factory is a factory. How can a BTS be a factory?
I think this is a very good point you made. Let me give you a simple example. One BTS capex is around $75,000.
Okay.
$75,000 for constructing one BTS and making all the radio needed. To run that BTS, every month I spend $1,000. Every month, committed. Maintenance, power, electricity, MS, everything put together.
Yes.
It is $1,000. Tell me any business, if you are a owner, if you invest $75,000 and if every month you are putting $1,000, will you not go every month and look at it, how it is doing, whether it is generating enough return for you?
Yes.
For sure you will do.
Yes.
Just because you have 50,000, that doesn't mean that, you lose track of it. So I think we got into this journey where we very strongly keep talking about BTS equal to factory. So one is we create this factory and we run it in a very efficient manner. So when we create, instead of 75,000, can we do it for 60,000? And when it is running, instead of 1,000, can we run it for $800? All these are on the efficiency side. But the bigger thing on BTS equal to factory is how do we ensure that our product is available, recharge is available around that, how do we ensure we have enough number of offline outlet around that BTS, how do we ensure we have SIM selling outlet around that outlet, so that, people are able to get the full benefit. People are educated on our benefit of our tariff product, and how do we ensure that our factory is running properly. This is our real strength, and we want to do it for all close to today 48,000 and growing, for all of that. And the measure of success is that we want to make every BTS profitable at a site level. Then only it is sustainable. Otherwise, if you are not even making $1,000 revenue from that, then forget about your capex.
The cost is bigger than
your recurring cost is also bigger than revenue. So, this is the challenge in our telco industry. The discipline of execution has to come. We have to build capability on the ground more than head office.
Okay.
So it is not a business where you can only work on Excel sheet and make business plan. I think we have to enjoy the execution on the ground.
But like most other assets, in time they will need more costs to maintain, of course. So how are you going to make sure that it will keep requiring only $1,000 or even less than that every month in the future years?
I think you made a very good point. In our business, the technology cycle is 3 to 4 years. So first, on capex itself, 3G, 2G to 3G, 3G to 4G, now 5G. So every 3-4 years, the technology cycle change and new capex. So it is even more important that when you create BTS, you have a right setup of capability on the ground to monetize that. You are putting in the right place, you are monetizing. So you are absolutely right. The window is very small for us. If we don't have the right monetizing strategy, then we will bleed. So on the capex side, the cycle. But on the OPEX side, we have to come up with more innovation. I think we are using more green power now. We have pushed our partner also to go green. We have to be very mindful on the climate commitment, ESG and all. We are very serious. But how can we ensure that when nobody is using at midnight, we are saving power? We are using our IoT solution and all to look at it. Second, how can we bring innovation that the sites, radio which has been put by our partner is consuming less power? So I'm giving you a few examples. These are the examples to ensure that our running cost is minimized, because the BTS equal to factory, the product is data. So how efficiently I am able to produce data at the least cost. It's a production. And then, we'll be able to deliver it to our customer as a value for money.
Okay, one more before we take a break. How do you see competition in 2023, especially in the telecommunications sector?
This is a very, very good question. I've been in the industry for 2 decades, telco business, and this is my 5th country. I must say that there are times when you read these reports and slides from McKinsey that all the value from telco has gone to OTTs and others. There are these charts where telcos are trading at a 5-6x EBITDA multiplier, but tech companies are at 20-25x. If one thing I have to learn from that is we have to blame ourselves, in the industry. We can't blame others. And one of the biggest learning is that the customers are looking for value for money. They are not looking for cheap product. So when this merger happened, we said that this merger is good for Indonesia, because today the gross merchandise value of digital economy for Indonesia is around $145 billion. In next 2 years, this will become 300, and these are well-researched numbers. I'm telling you with credible research data. For that to happen, you need to have strong telco sector. So this is where we said this is good for Indonesia. So just before merger, for last 5 years, from 2015 to 2021, the industry was growing 1%, 2%, 3%. In fact, 2020, 2021, I was here. The industry grew only 1 or 2%. But after merger, the industry is growing around 6-7%. In fact, industry is growing in line or better than GDP. So this is very healthy and this is very important. So to your point, how do I see competition? I see more sensible. The whole move is moving from cheap to experience to value for money, and this is what customers are asking. And let me tell you, our product is more primary in nature. It is not consumption. So for people to stay productive, they do a lot of things at a fraction of a cost. So overall, the industry is moving in the right direction. There is more focus on experience over cost and cheap product. And I feel that next 3 years, the industry has a potential to grow double digit. This is what we should aim for. Can Indonesia telco industry grow 10%? My answer is yes. We all need to work together and also serve the need of our customer, not only in urban Indonesia, but also in rural Indonesia.
Okay. Very well. Time for a break now. Pemirsa, tetaplah bersama kami Leaders Corner, kembali sesaat lagi. Terima kasih Anda masih di Leaders Corner dan kita sampai di segmen terakhir bincang-bincang kita dengan Presiden Director and CEO of Indosat, Vikram Sinha. Vikram, the second quarter of 2023 is coming up, and what are Indosat's plans and also targets for the second quarter?
I think second quarter was very eventful quarter for us, especially Lebaran month. This time, first time, we experienced something very unique. Generally, in previous year, when during Lebaran people go to their villages and all, they used to switch to other operator, But this time we saw that more and more people were able to enjoy our network when they went to their villages also. That was very encouraging for us because we had just completed our MOCN, our network size had doubled, and we saw the people getting the benefit. And for sure that will translate into a good quarter too in terms of revenue and all those things. But that has set us up into a very good position where now we need to build on it. So we are not done yet. Now we need to focus on integrating our core. One of the focus is our 3 brand is very popular among gamers. And we don't want their hero to die. And for that, we have to give them very good latency. And this, we are working on it. And in next 6 months, we want to improve our latency by having distributed core. Today, we had 6 core. We want to do it more than 30. So that, the latency of our customer come to a level of 50 and less than 50 millisecond. So this is one big project. The other big project is on IT transformation. How do we make sure that, IT becomes an enabler for us to deliver new innovative product in a very agile manner? So this is another thing which we are working, and I think in next 6 to 9 months, we will be in a very good position. It's a long 1-year project, but there are very important milestones which will get covered. With all these things, and with the industry looking good, with a lot of focus on customer experience, we want to make sure that not only we are connecting, we are a very purpose-driven organization, Firda. What galvanizes our employee is the larger purpose of not only connecting, but also keep empowering every Indonesian. And this is the journey now we are taking with the spirit of Gotong Royong and getting all the like-minded partner. And we believe that we have a bigger role to play, and we want to stay true to that.
How do you see Indosat's customers' loyalty? How are you going to maintain that? You mentioned earlier that usually during Lebaran they switch to other operator.
That homework is on our side. And I think I told you, perception is reality. First, we need to make sure that when somebody is in Jakarta, he gets a very good experience. If he goes to Nusa Tenggara, he gets a very good experience. If he goes to Papua, he gets a very good experience. Today, there is a possibility, whether he goes or he doesn't go, but there is a possibility if he goes to Papua, he doesn't get it because our network is very small. Nusa Tenggara, our network is very small. So in next 1 month, we are putting up more than 600 sites in Nusa Tenggara. We are investing close to $100 million to have a good network there. It's not fair to ask you whether you will go or not there. It is my responsibility. Yes. Wherever you go in Indonesia, you have a good signal. Yes, very good signal. I think our business will be very simple. So I think that's a journey. In next 18 months' time, we want to ensure. Now there are pockets where we don't have. So we have to plug them. What happened during Lebaran is that when they went in a lot of villages, I told you for 3 brands, close to 45 million new pop has been covered. They suddenly saw it works in my home also. Last year when I went, it didn't work. This time when they went home, it worked. So that was like music for them. Why they want to switch? They don't want to switch.
Yes, yes. Nobody likes changes.
Yes, nobody like to change it for a reason. We have to deliver. So this is our journey of building trust. So we talk about delivering marvelous experience, but I always tell my team, look at Manchester United. Their fan, they support them. Where they win or lose, they keep supporting them. Okay. So we are in a journey where our customer can become our fan. We make mistake, but they support because they know we are genuine. We want to give them the best. So that's a journey. Okay. And it all starts with acknowledging that we have a lot of homework to do. So we'll keep going our homework on delivering real value for money, a marvelous experience, and slowly we will see that customer from an experience, we are building trust. From trust, we are making them fan. It's a journey. It takes 5 years. There are brands who have done it. Why can't Indosat do it? Okay. So this is the journey which we have taken.
So obviously that is a challenge for Indosat to conquer. Can you also elaborate on probably the obstacles that Indosat has been facing these past few years in achieving all those achievements?
I think one of the real challenge in Indonesia is the demographic. The land space of Indonesia is like Europe, So on one side you have a city like Jakarta, where it is not easy, high-rise building. It's like, Tokyo or New York. How do you give on indoor, on lift and all? So that need a very different solution, and that we are working. On the other side, you have islands which are very low on pop density. How do you have the transport connected? And these are things which takes longer time. So building transport across island, between island, bringing indoor solution which is very cost effective, these are the real challenge, and then we have to keep working with our partner to solve that, and we have to do it at a unit economics where I'm able to deliver them good service with 50,000 rupiah, 60,000 rupiah for a month.
For a month.
Yeah, that's the real challenge. You need to find the right balance between the cost unit economics and delivering value for customer, and doing it is something we have come a long way, but still we need to work a lot on that.
Okay, good luck, Vikram, on all those targets and achieving and overcoming those obstacles, of course. And we both hope, of course, that the result of the second quarter in 2023 will be even better than the first quarter 2023.
Inshallah, you will see good results there.
Thank you, Vikram.
Yeah.
Pemirsa, demikianlah bincang-bincang kami dengan Presiden Director and CEO of Indosat, Vikram Sinha. Semoga perbincangan kami bermanfaat bagi Anda. Saya Frida Lidwina undur diri. Sampai jumpa.
Terima kasih Anda baru saja menyaksikan Leaders Corner with Frida Lidwina in association with